Welcome in, welcome in. It's a new episode. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's another video from the Critics Collective. I'm here with the not so super fan Manny. I'm the Dad Panther, and we are talking some WWE wrestling stuff. And today we have a nice little show for you. Today we're going to talk about the WWE having some new champions. Two new champions. We'll talk about both of them respectfully, and we'll talk about a certain former WWE champion to see if they still have it in the tank. All right. Now, before we jump into it, go ahead and click the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. In the description, continue the conversation here at the Critics Collective. We'd love to have you. And if there are any topics or anything for WWE, All Elite Wrestling, TNA, anything else going on in wrestling or sports, let us know. And maybe you can join the discussion. Now, with that being said, let's start off the top of the show with, I like to think someone who Manny believes should be oiled up all the time. But now she is your champion. So we're talking about Jade becoming the WWE champion. Manny, how do you feel about that?
So with Jade, even though I feel her start as far as WWE goes, wasn't quite, it didn't kick off right. But I believe this route right here, where she's, gritty, like I feel the heel route is gonna work. The way she basically it was a squash match. The way it came out, it was the way she was whooping Tiffany's ass. It was literally a squash match. But I'm happy to see her champion. I see out there they talking about the first Jamaican, descendant to be a world champion in WWE. Man, we're gonna forget about Kofi Kingston all of a sudden,
Like he forgot about his accent. What did Triple H say? Where'd your accent go?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy that she's champion. I'm just worried that WWE might drop the ball on this one. They might. I hope they don't drop the ball on this one, because she could make a great heel run as a champion, and they keep that diva persona, and I think that would work. Like I said, hopefully the writers keep that momentum going with her, and we'll see what happens. But speaking of champion, you were talking about champion. Is that a Dodgers hat?
If you check some of the older videos throughout the series of the LA Dodgers championship back-to-back champions, Kershaw retiring as a champion. Though he did talk some shit, talking about some, we're going to be back for another three-peat. Bitch, sit your ass down. You're retiring. You're not even going to get a chance to defend the championship. Don't be starting no shit like LeBron James coming up saying, not one, not two. Get the fuck out of here with that. But yeah, I'm a Dodger fan, and we did win on a technicality. But like a wrestling fan, sometimes the ref don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a ball gets lodged right there at the bottom of the wall, and you just got to throw your hand up and say, redo. So I'll take it as a champ. But from one champ to another, as far as Jade, I'm happy that she won the belt. I think it's really good that the WWE is making adjustments with storylines and stuff going on, because let's be honest, there was a report that came out before that she has spent more time in the WWE and it just didn't look ready, regardless if she had a belt or not. Not the promo, not the wrestling. And we talk about Jax all the time. It just wasn't working. And she has the look, she has the costumes, she has the fans, but the two main elements, you either cut a promo or get a manager to cut a promo for you, or you just go in the ring and do what you do. And she was a champion, and still, I believe, as right now, has the streak for being the champion for All Elite. It might have been the TNT championship. She still has a streak for that one, and she had that for less time. So Tony Khan, basically, in my opinion, respectfully, creates the image, gives her a time period, and I felt like showcased her where you didn't see the flaws. WWE came in here, and she's had an opportunity to be a part of this ecosystem for much longer. And now she wins the championship, and she doesn't look better necessarily than when she was in All Elite Wrestling. And that's just my opinion on it. Now, is she going to be a champion for a long time? I don't think it's WWE dropping the ball. I think it 100% falls on Jade. I think they're going to give the script for what it is. They're going to give her the gimmick. The gimmick is already there. I talked about it before. The first day Triple H showcased her around, she should have been walking around like, I'm the shit. The conversation should have been on Twitter like, oh, she's got real heat backstage. And she should have just been a bad guy. And then her and Bianca having that matchup at WrestleMania would be great. But now Bianca doesn't get that heel turn necessarily. At least I don't see it, because now you've got your heel in the women's division on the other side. So I don't know what you do with that, with Steffi V being the baby face. The other thing about Jade is you have to be able to cut these promos or have matches that are smooth and clean. And I hope they adjust her moveset where she's not doing a bunch of she's just out there clotheslining, power bombing, and punching motherfuckers, and she wins that way. And I don't think anyone will have a problem with it. Like Roman Reigns said, it's easier to be the bad guy, because think about it. All she's got to say is the truth. You wish you were me. You wish you looked like me. You wish you can be with me. No, there's nobody in this bitch dressing better than me, that with the long fucking hair that's sitting there. Nobody want to hear that shit ain't real. Nobody, like, it writes itself. It writes itself. She just has to do well in the match. And in wrestling now, it's just very finical, because the fans will turn on you, and it is what it is. Now, with that being said, the conversation comes up of another person that just recently won championship on Saturday Night Main Event, and that is this man right here. It's clobbering time. So now CM Punk gets his championship run, and some may say it's because Seth got injured once again. Again, he's not going to be on my Mount Rushmore. Let me know in the comments who's on your Mount Rushmore for the WWE. But what's your thought on CM Punk carrying gold again?
I'm happy that he finally got the gold. It's not like, he's not holding it for 3 minutes, because it felt like Triple H had something against this guy. Like he just wouldn't pull the trigger on Punk. But again, we talked about mic skills with Jade, and when it comes to mic skill, you can't deny it. Punk, he could hold the mic. I think pound for pound, him, Cena, like when it comes to the mic, they have that. So now is where you brought up Seth Rollins, where you have Seth Rollins, who he can't be champion, like he can't stay relevant without being part of somebody else's story. Now, what is Punk being, almost he's about retirement age. Like, what is he gonna do as far as a champion? Is he gonna keep pushing, put somebody over? Where you have Braun Breaker, where you have other wrestlers, Carmelo, other upcoming wrestlers, or is he gonna create a storyline where he's gonna put somebody over, where the crowd could like rally around, or is it gonna be like Seth Rollins, where he has to be part of somebody else's story?
I mean, even if he is a part of somebody else's story, respectfully, I could see why TKO took a minute to put the belt on him. I don't look at it as a Triple H thing. I think he's just the face of it. I don't think Triple H runs it like Tony Khan, in my opinion, respectfully. CM Punk just came back from the competition. Is he really about this life? Is he really changed? And you're watching the scenarios that they put him through behind the screen or whatnot, and he seems to be that guy. And him having the moment where he won the belt and then lost it was a moment, and it was a great moment. And so I think the WWE realizes they need to take a step back, reset some stuff, especially going into the draft next year. Looks like it'll be like spring, early spring. Yeah, put the belt on him. Let him take a run at the belt, whether it's him against Drew, whatever it is that they want to do. I don't think he needs to put over anybody else. Let him enjoy the belt run. He was probably in the conversation of having the belt before, and they've scrambled to let him control the belt. If, the conversation about Seth could be said both ways. Seth wins the belt and gets it, and they hand it to him. And for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. And as great as Seth is in the ring, it's the injuries, in my opinion, and the fact that Seth has to make his persona so big that you don't kind of forget him, if that makes sense. Like, if you really think about Seth, if you don't do the outfits every pay-per-view that Seth is doing, if you don't do the gimmick switches that he does, where he's really good that he changes his gimmick and adjusts to it, a lot of wrestlers don't. And then his song is another one that just grabs you and it just keeps it where he's relevant. He's trendy. It's not a slight at him. It's just like he has to do so much to get to be the Seth that we're talking about, the conversation of being the world champion. So it's unfortunate if he's really hurt, and I hope he gets better. But CM Punk, it's his time, and it shouldn't be temporary, in my opinion.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, we got to keep moving, right? So the last part of today's episode, somebody has to be the bad guy. Sometimes somebody has to lose, and unfortunately, the person that just for whatever reason it's just not their time right now is this guy right here, Yeet. Right. So Jay comes up the loser in this match, and you can see the cameraman sitting there focused on him, tired and lost and off to the side. And sometimes we see it and it's like a part of the moment, right? It's remember where Cody was sitting there and WrestleMania, you get that shot, he lost. You're like, CM Punk, that loss, that shot. Wow. Seth and CM Punk and the Elimination Chamber, like that. Like there's certain moments where you see it, and then there's some moments I feel that it's organic, and we don't see it until we hear about it later. I'm thinking about Roman Reigns losing to Brock Lesnar. Brock didn't want to; he wanted to put over Roman. Goes in the back and throws the belt at Vince McMahon. I'm thinking about a moment kind of like that, and in this moment, Jay's sitting there on the side. The cameraman tells him to move out of the way. He just seems tired. They're saying in the match, or at least what I saw, where it was like some stiff moments and moments where it looked like CM Punk was upset. So you have to ask the question: is he all yeeted out?
I know Jay said, he's more than the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
But is he where you have wrestlers, upcoming wrestlers again?
Mm-hmm.
You have Braun, you have Carmelo, you have Dragunov, even Bronson Reed, where these guys are like when they're fighting, you don't see like they're running out of breath, like even the big guys. But it looks like Jay he's struggling. Sometimes like he's trying to stay in the game. I don't know if he's conditioning himself to be able to do this match, but when you have these big main event matches, let's say like the match he had with his brother, which was supposed to be a WrestleMania match, which turned out to be a lackluster match. This one kind of felt like that, where he wasn't putting that much effort towards it. Yeah, online, a lot of people are turning against Jay, but I think this is a one way to pivot his story, where he could be like, you know what, I messed up. I'm gonna go back and come back, like a redemption story, or go full heel, be little Roman, like CM Punk said, go full heel. I see that they're trying to hint him and Paul Heyman last Monday Night Raw. Him and Paul Heyman might team up or something or join the Vision, which I don't necessarily agree with if that's the route they're gonna try to do. I don't think he should go heel. I think he should have somewhat of a redemption route. Use that to his advantage, where he's like, damn, I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna go back to the gym, get my shit together, and come back and go for the title again. I necessarily believe he's one of those wrestlers where he's so over in a way he doesn't need a title. I'm pretty sure the merchandise sale for him is up there. So, but right now, his ring work, his compared to his brother, and even the mic work compared to his brother, it's not there. Maybe he is just in entrance.
Okay, see, I don't agree with that. I look at it as whoever came up with the gimmick. It's a great gimmick as far as coming out there, 4 letters, 1 word. Like to my daughter, like I literally all I have to do is go. I don't have to say anything, and she'll mouth that out to me across the bed. My wife has no idea what's going on, and I yeet her ass over the bed and drop her on there. Yes, it sells shirts and glasses, and it gets the arena pumping, and that's what you're doing as a shareholder for TKO. You want that atmosphere. You want to get butts in the seat, even if those butts have to pay an expensive ticket. And Jay's gimmick and what he does with his entrance and what he does on the promo, it sells it. It gets it. You get other stars who can say the word yeet. And it's cool because now it's like, oh, John Cena just said it. Or, oh, this person just said it. So I get that part of it. But I feel like as an artist or someone who's creative in his own right, you want to be more than just the gimmick. You want to keep designing. And so he may have a storyline that he would like to do, and they're just not doing it. And I think as us in the universe as fans, we're stuck in the middle. And so we're getting frustrated because if you're going to give us to him as a heel, then make him turn heel. And you give us these teases and then he doesn't. So now he's a heel, but a bad heel in a way, because it's like, no, I'm not running it back. You're like, okay, he about to turn heel. It's like, no, he's not. His promo isn't different. He's not aligning himself with somebody else. So I just think that's what it is. I think we're just kind of getting tired of, we don't know, is he going to go the Roman Reigns route, like the finish the story? We don't know if he's going to get another shot at the goal. Now, as far as him being physically fit, I think he's physically fit. Like, who the fuck am I to be like, hey, I think he should hit the fucking gym. I need to hit the fucking gym.
Same here.
So I look at it as like, this is one of the artists or one of the superstars that has been touring and doing stuff every fucking event, dark show, pay-per-views, television, promos. He has not, to my knowledge, had any time off in a while. Because mind you, you got the Bloodline storyline was hidden, the tag team championships that he was going through, and fast forward to now, he has not taken any time off. He had a small injury, I think, and that was really it. Maybe it's just time for him to take some time off and come back. Like, how do you keep doing this all day? And without even the fans really noticing it, because Roman took time off and Cody took time off. And Punk was gone for a while before he came back. And Punk has been at live shows and dark shows and stuff like that. But I just think it's a lot. And then maybe sometimes you're in a bad mood. Sometimes you find out in that moment before you walk out or after or during the match where you find out you're not walking out the champion. We've got a different plan. And that's just, it is what it is. So, I mean, not to say he took his ball and he went home, but I completely understand that. And where they go with him, I don't know. But yes, he's selling merchandise. He's got a nice catchphrase. His entrance is there. A lot of wrestlers would kill for that energy. He's well accomplished. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But I don't know what he wants left. I don't know what it is that he wants. Only he knows that. And we'll be lucky to see it.
Yeah, but it just feel like there was not much. I don't know, something was amiss at the match. Again, yeah, Jey Uso, it puts people in the seat which is where, as a shareholder, you want. Even as a fellow wrestler, you want people in the seat. At the end of the day, it brings money to everybody else's pocket, so it helps. But the bottom line, like you brought up, maybe he has a story he wants to do, but money talks.
I don't understand what's the conversation about. Like, you can't yeet. Like, why can't you yeet? Like, I'm just thinking, on the top of my head, I'm like, keep the word yeet. There's nothing wrong with yeet. You change the look on a t-shirt and it dramatically changes it from a fun word to a dark, sinister word. The interest, everyone's like, day one, everyone's like, yeet, yeet. If you made it more monotone, where it's like, yeet, almost like the Undertaker would have done it, then now it becomes this dark, sinister thing. For him, maybe you don't have him wrestle for a bit and take time off. Maybe you have almost like, again, they broke up the bloodline in such a weird way that he was running his own faction. And so he's running the faction kind of like Solo's doing, or going up against Solo with his own. And he's passing the torch. Him and his brother are passing the torch to the new two people coming up in the tag team role. But I feel like, why can't yeet? Doesn't sound like a positive thing all the time. You can yeet a motherfucker in a wrong way and it's negative. And you can yeet that special someone in a good way. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just think we're the viewers. We're kind of stuck in the middle. We want to know where's his character going? What are we doing? The same thing with CM Punk. What's going on? What are we doing? The same thing with Jade. What's going on? What are we doing? All three of these moves aren't good for us as the fans. I think in a long term, it's great that they won the belt or lost it, whatever, but we don't know what the fuck's happening with these characters. Cody, you don't know what the fuck is happening with Cody's character. Steph V, you don't know what the fuck's happening with that character. Because I think Roxy just pinned, who did she just pin recently? Which again, I love that tag team, Roxy and what you call it? Raquel.
Raquel.
Yeah,
no,
I love that.
Nikki Bella.
Oh yeah. So what the fuck is that? We brought her back for what? She's a jobber? Respectfully, I don't know what's going on with that.
I think she's, that's another conversation. But I feel like she's gonna turn on Stephanie back here.
But which is ridiculous because the fans don't like her already because of how she was brought in, and so you're murking up the legend here versus how Trish Stratus was treated, and how Charlotte, who's an active legend, you're watching this. Natalie didn't even go through this. Natalya. So watching what's happening to Nikki, this just is so. I just think right now the WWE is in a spot right now where there's a lot of fucking question marks, and it happens. It happens. The changing of the guard, trying to fit stuff, it happens. But you know what doesn't happen? You being here accidentally. The algorithm brought you here for a reason. All right. So hit the subscribe button, like, follow for more. In the description, you may find links like the WWE shop and some other things. We appreciate the support as always. If you want to join the discussion, we have multiple different ways you can connect to us on, whether TikTok or Blue Sky or Twitch and Twitter, and here in the comments, whatever it is. If you want to join the show or you have a topic to talk about, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and I appreciate that. Until next time, see you later.
Said I'ma get into it first.